Greetings, Dennis Daniels here. In an earlier video, I showed you the Kantu web browser, and I showed you that it can save data from a CSV. Now, you might want to use that code yourself, and Kantu provides a way of loading remote HTML scripts to load into the extension and then replay the exact same macro. Now, that's pretty darn cool. Let's take a look at what it would look like. In this case, let's just make sure. Let's make sure I've got new data. Since you see test IBAN down here, I'm going to rename this and call it new test. And then save that, and you can see new save. Now, I'm going to export this. Right-click on the little hamburger next to the test CSV save. That's the name of it. Make sure you save it. And right here on the little hamburger icon, click on it. And now I'm going to export as HTML. And I'm going to put it right on the desktop. And we'll call it, just for giggles, new test CSV save. Click save. Now, in order to run these remote HTML files, I have to have the extension with access to IRLs. Now, let's go to settings, extensions, and in here somewhere is Kantu. Here's Kantu. So I open Kantu, details, and you'll see that allow access to file URLs is on. So now when I go over here to open this, I want to open it in Chrome because Chrome is where I have installed this extension. Open. And it says, this page says, Kantu, do you want to import and run this macro? And I say, okay. And then it automatically starts running. And it's over, just like that, because the loop was relatively small. I hope it worked. Let's take a look. And it closed after it was finished. So let's open it. And you'll see test CSV is down here. Let's open that. And the CSV. And what did we call it? We called it new test. And there it is, new test. New test. Let's open that, see what data we have inside. We should have two values. We only have one. Maybe because the loop was not included when it ran. But that's something to verify with the developers, whether or not playing as a loop can be included in the CSV in this HTML data. I suspect not. Save and close. I suspect not. In order for it to loop, you have to actually extend, you have to set play loop. So I'm going to rename this as loop new test IBAN play loop. And I'm going to set this to, yeah, you can remember the last time, if you remember last time, I set it to only two values. And I'll go ahead and click play. And in the background, you can see back here, it's doing its thing. Macro completed running. And now let's take a look at loop new test IBAN. You can see it's a little bit larger. We click on the view button and we have two data points. Save and close. So long story short, you can save We'll rename this. Oops, do not export. Save. And we'll go ahead and reproduce the whole thing one more time. I'm going to export as HTML plus auto run. I'm going to put it on the desktop. I'm going to activate. I'm going to open it with Google Chrome. Click OK. And it should produce one data point with the name of new test IBAN. It closes Kantu. Let's open it back up. CSV, new test IBAN, 70 bytes this time, with 2 data points. Did I run the right script? New test CSV data. It didn't take in the name of, it didn't save this new macro. Let's open up with another application, take a look at the code. Okay, the CSV save should be new test IBAN. New test IBAN. New test IBAN. Let's delete that one. Export again as HTML. We'll give it a new name, new test. Save. And again, our value for the stored text is going to be new test IBAN, which I just deleted. They really need a sort value here. Really need a sort. And the last one, no sorts. That's kind of annoying. Let's just get rid of anything that looks suspiciously like test IBAN. All right, so our new CSV should be new test IBAN. Here is the new CSV. Let's go ahead and delete these two so we don't have any confusion. Now when I click this, right click, open with Google Chrome, Kantu closes, and then get this question. And round 1 of 1, so it is not looping, and it's done. And let's go back out to Kantu and take a look at our CSV. And there it is, new test IBAN, probably one data point because it's 35 bytes. Open it, and there it is. Okay, that's Kantu. Chrome extension for web automation. We have learned that you can export your macros and run them in Kantu, which is very handy if you want to share your macros. It also shows that the loop function is not part of the export. And as a final note to the developers, it'd be really nice if these table headers sorted the data points. All right, thanks for watching and happy computing.